So now you decide to show up and all that. That's real good. That's real great. You know the aux cord in here is still broken. Yeah, I thought someone was supposed to fix that. What do we pay you for? I'm just kidding. We don't pay Terry at all. Hello. If you haven't noticed already, you are listening to the one and only Teej coming to you live from the Jack and Joe's Strategy Studio, part of that China Media Division CC of M. How's everyone doing out there? It's been a week. It's always been a week. And it's wonderful to be back here at Bearcast and being able to run my mouth once more. It's just the sort of thing that gets me through my weeks. I don't know about you. Of course, there's been a lot of strange things going on right there, and I'd just like to dive right into that. Having to do with the fact that I forgot to mention last show, I've got a 9 a.m. on Fridays, and I've had a couple of mates come up to me and they're like, it'd be wonderful to listen, but I gotta be up and at work at 9. Yeah, same here. It's no difference. Don't worry. I'm still gonna jump back around there and sleep for about 4 hours and be, all smiles and everything the next morning for sure. Certainly. But ran into a bit of a situation last week in particular, which I would love to share this story with you because it has to do with the fact that the blood drive was still going on here at UC. And so on 4 hours of sleep, I thought it would be a good idea. Hey, I'm just going to go ahead and donate some blood and just see what happens right there. And to be perfectly honest, after 2 p.m., I don't really remember what happened. I remember walking home, and that was about it. I didn't really do much of anything right there because I was almost in a comatose state. And not in that fun way. I don't know if there is a fun way particularly, but if there is one, it's not in that way. And so, not a really good combination right there, obviously. But I still had fun, of course, because the blood drive is always a fun experience. If you haven't gone, then you obviously don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to try to paint you a picture. I'm going to try to be able to convey the experience through this auditory format alone. But frankly, you have to immerse yourself in what is a blood drive in order to fully experience it. It's non-vampiric, too, so we got that all straightened out, too. There's no risk of becoming a vampire or having your blood given to vampires. These are humans donating to humans. All right? So that's Hawksworth's new policy, apparently. They even got, it engraved under their name on the door and everything. It's a strange little tagline, I know, but I kind of like it. It has a ring to it, Made by humans, for humans, that sort of bit right there, and no vampires. It's all clear-cut and wonderful. But, Terry happened to go with me to the blood drive, so he probably has a better idea as to what exactly happened after the donation. But of course, Terry refuses to talk on the show. So he also refuses to tell me exactly what happened, which it does worry me a little bit, just because he's creepy. But I'm just gonna have to live with that, I suppose. And he's just shaking his head at me right now. I would love for you to be able to actually, it doesn't even matter what happened, just for you to come on into the studio right now and just, ring it off and just share with our wonderful little community out there right now, what exactly happened. But he won't, obviously. He's just, he gave me the finger. That's really professional. So I think I should just, kind of ridicule Terry a little bit right now on the simple fact that, so we go to the blood drive, and I remember this much. After the donation, you go to that wonderful table of snacks where you talk to strangers, and you're all feeling lightheaded, so you're really sociable. I mean, I'm always sociable like that, but, other people aren't particularly, and then they give you that weird look like, oh my man, this man may be insane. That's particularly true in my case, but, that's besides the point. I don't think you should discriminate. So that being said, Terry goes straight for the baked Lay's potato chips. Okay? And I thought that was peculiar, and I think that everyone needs to know this because that's how awful of a person Terry is. Everyone knows when you go to a blood drive and you're seated at the snack table, you ignore the pretzels, you stay away from the peanut butter and cheese crackers. I don't know why that's still a thing, and the cheese ones really are disgusting. But then you also, and you most certainly do not go for the baked Lay's chips. Ugh, that is terrible. You go for Famous Amos, and you accept nothing less. Frankly, I think they should sponsor blood drives at this point, because I don't know where else you can get a bag of Famous Amos cookies. And I say that knowing full and well that I did see them at Costco not that long ago. You had to buy them in bulk, and it was beautiful. But, that's besides the point. The fact is, Terry, who the heck likes baked Lay's in the first place? And second, when they're seated next to... Oh, so you're watching your weight then? Well, I mean, First of all, you really don't need to do that sort of thing, and that's the best compliment I'm going to give you. But beyond that fact, let's be honest here. You just donated blood. You need a sugar rush of some sort. You deserve the famous Amos. And anyone out there listening right now, if you go to donate blood, you deserve famous Amos. Okay? That is like an oral contract that is presented by the simple fact that you've gone to a blood drive. And you are a wonderful individual if you've done that as well. And if you didn't, there's always next time, and stop being a pansy. Other than that, though, Terry did almost faint, and it was hysterical because his eyes started going all over the place and whatnot, and they, as soon as you mention something, they, like, completely cover you in, like, ice bags and that sort of thing right there. So it was pretty awesome getting to see him strangled by a bunch of ice packs. Yeah, it did make my day, frankly, and I'm so glad that I still remember that much because it was wonderful. Yeah, kind of a waste of a Friday afterwards, but, you know, you do what you can. I think I played a video game of some sort. Yeah, that probably sounds about right. Okay, well, I'm going to get over to some music because that is what it's time to do. And we have a whole bunch of wonderful bits that we have coming to you later in the show. We got an update from the UC Paranormal Group. We have a whole bunch. We got a PSA. Dr. Teej stopped into the studio, and we have a PSA, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. As well as weird news, of course, at 1 a.m. So stick around, and until then, we got an amazing song by an amazing man.